Can anyone explain to me what happened? What happened this week, everybody? I mean, I'm not just saying this because I did poorly this week with my picks. I didn't even tally them up yet because I am scared to. Because I'm pretty sure I did pretty terrible. But I've done bad before in a week, and it's been kind of normal. This week was ridiculous. I don't know what happened. It's like everything that you know about the NFL just went out the freaking window. And I know that's a freaking closet, but it doesn't matter. Out, pretend it's a window, and it went out the window. It's ridiculous. Just reading over some of the stuff that happened, the Jaguars blew out the Ravens to start the week. Well, not to start the week, to start Sunday in the morning. And everyone's like, well, they were in London. The Ravens have never played in London, so and the Jaguars are used to it. They've been 2-0. They played very well. So, I mean, it's possible. Fine. Bears beat the Steelers. Huh? What? Oh well, the Bears almost beat Atlanta, and they've been very competitive. Fine. Vikings beat the Buccaneers with a backup QB. The backup QB being that same guy that was awful last week. Oh, they have a good defense. I mean, they could have beaten the Bucks. The Bucks only played one game. Fine. That's three coincidences. Jets killed the Dolphins. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. The Jets beat the Dolphins. Jay Cutler. Don't shut up about Jay Cutler. We have Josh McCown. He's not any better than Jay Cutler. They have Jay Jai. The defense looked like the Jets defense from the AFC Championship days, which was with Mark Sanchez as the quarterback and all that crap. And you got the Jets with no semblance of an offense the last 2 weeks. No semblance of a defense decided to become a good team for 1 week. And trust me, it's only 1 week because I do not see them winning more than 2-3 games anyway. So, ridiculous. That's not where it ends, though. You got the Bills beating the undefeated Broncos. I love how it says undefeated Broncos, or I love how I freaking wrote that because they were 2-0. But the Broncos decided to play no defense. The Bills decided to have Tyrod Taylor just be amazing. LaShawn McCoy ran all over the place where they stopped Ezekiel Elliott and that offensive line, and they couldn't stop LaShawn McCoy and the Bills' offensive line. I don't get why. Trevor Siemian looked like he reverted back to last season. It was ridiculous. I don't even know what's going on. The Patriots barely beat the Texans. It's not even the semblance of, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady played amazing, and Brandon Cooks was awesome, and the offense was great. The defense was freaking awful. And I know the defense has been bad all year, but the Texans, they're playing with Deshaun Watson, who is a rookie quarterback who's played 1.5 games. What? And don't get me wrong, I love Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to be a great quarterback, but seriously? It's a rookie quarterback against Bill Belichick. Holy crap. They scored 33 points. What? Packers need OT to beat the Bengals again. Aaron Rodgers was amazing. The Bengals decided to play well for once in their lives this year. They reverted back to what they've been the last few seasons, a very good regular season team. They decided to be like, hey, let's throw it to that number 4 best receiver in the league, AJ Green, and use him. Oh my God, light bulb in head. Marvin Lewis is a genius. What in God's name happened to the Packers defense that supposedly was supposed to be better this year? At least you have Aaron Rodgers to fall back on, who just absolutely showed why he is an MVP candidate every year and showed why he's going to be a top 10 quarterback of all time, maybe even top 5 at the end of his career. Then you got the Redskins, who beat the Raiders at the end of the night. You're probably at the end of the 4 o'clock games, you're like, okay, that was a lot of craziness. Then we'll go back to normalcy, and we'll go back to the Raiders beating the Redskins. The Raiders, a Super Bowl contender, beating a Redskins team that's probably going to be 3rd or 4th in their division. What? Redskins, don't get me wrong, the Raiders' secondary is bad, but not that bad. And Kirk Cousins decided to be like, okay, now I want that contract again. Because he played poorly the last 2 games. And Derek Carr played I don't know. He played the Bills Broncos quarterback used to play and was like, okay, the bad quarterbacks are going to play well, and I'm going to be a good quarterback and play poorly. And I know Trevor Siemian played well the last 2 weeks, but he played really poorly this week, and Tyrod Taylor has not been that great this year to begin with anyway. He's been okay. So it's everything flip-flopped, everything switched, everything went up and down, and everything that was supposed to go up went down, everything that was supposed to go left went right. It was ridiculous. And the best part was, to make my day whole, The Giants lost by a 61 freaking yard field goal. They scored touchdowns, which again, that's up. That's supposed to go down because they never score touchdowns this year. So they scored a bunch of touchdowns. Odell Beckham pretended to be a dog pissing, and then they blew it, which was fabulous. The defense played poorly in the second half, and the offense played great in the second half. Again, up, down, right, left. What happened? Anyway, I know that was a huge start of the monologue. I just needed to focus on the ridiculousness that happened this week. All right, first game I'm going to go over is the Packers hosting the Bears. It's at Lambeau, so I'm going to pick the Packers to win this game. Right now, the spread is Packers -7. I'm going to take the Packers -7. I'm going to go with normal picks this week, what I believe is going to happen based on my NFL knowledge, not based on last week. It makes it a little harder for me to do that because what happened? This is so much more difficult to do than it usually is. But I'm going to go with just that being a weird week that probably won't happen again. But you never know with the NFL. I mean, Atlanta did give up that huge lead in the Super Bowl. So maybe that was the start of something that will lead to this year being ridiculous. But anyway, taking the Packers and taking them -7. You got a decent defense that I think will show up against the Bears, who are not great offensively. I know they've been competitive, but I think the Packers will put them in their place. They haven't faced a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I know they faced Matt Ryan, but that was week 1, and that's a coin flip week, as we all know. It's still like preseason. This week, I think, is the start of where most teams will play like themselves. Most teams are going to get whipped in the butt after how they played last week. So I'm taking the Packers. I'm taking them -7 because of Aaron Rodgers and because of the weapons they have on that team. Now to go over the Panthers going away to the New England Patriots. I'm going to take New England. I'm going to take the 8.5 points that they're favored. The reason is because I think that New England showed on offense that they can score a ton of points against any defense. And on defense, they've shown that they are terrible. But the problem is Cam Newton is not a great pocket passer yet. I think he will become an elite pocket passer in the next couple of years. It's just you're changing his entire game that he's played his entire career as a kid all the way up to the NFL now. So it's going to take him some time. I think he has the potential to be elite, but not at this second because he's just learning how to be that pocket passer. He doesn't show as much of a threat of running as Deshaun Watson does because they don't want him to do it anymore. So I think you take the Patriots because they're going to be able to take advantage of that, and they're going to just be able to outgun the Carolina Panthers. Tom Brady is just going to be able to throw all over that Panthers defense. I don't think it is as good as everyone believes, and you're going to have New England winning this game around 36-27. It's going to be a shootout, but the Patriots will win this game. Now to go over quickly, just 3 rapid-fire games. I'm not just going to go over 3 games this whole video. I thought that would be a bad idea, so let's just make it 5. But all in this clip will be 3. So here we go. It's the Titans versus the Texans. The Texans are home. The Texans played really well against the Patriots, but they couldn't close it out. You got the Titans with Marcus Mariota, who has played pretty well this year. I am taking the Titans against the Texans because I think the Titans are a much different team than the Patriots. The Titans actually probably have a better defense than the Patriots do also, which isn't saying much, but it is saying that they're going to be able to get more pressure on Deshaun Watson than the Patriots did, and the Titans on offense have been awesome. I think they'll be able to handle the Texans defense, even though they do have those superstars in Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt. You got the Titans winning this game. You take them with the 2 points that they're favored, and that's the Titans game. Next, I'm going to go over the Giants versus the Buccaneers. You're going to be surprised. I am going to be taking the Giants this game. The Giants are going away to Tampa. They have to win this game. McAdoo pretty much has to win this game, in my belief. I know the Giants don't overreact to firing people. They've only had like 4 GMs since like the 60s. So I know they don't overreact, but if they don't win this game, Ben McAdoo is going to be on the hot seat this year because they were supposed to be Super Bowl contenders and they haven't done anything. Not completely his fault, but he has been a terrible play caller. You can't say otherwise. So I have the Giants winning this game because they are desperate. They did show flashes last week against a good Eagles defense and against a good Eagles offense. They did lose to a 61-yard field goal, which has been fantastic. But I think the defense will come back to normal. Jameis Winston had a terrible week last week against a good defense in the Vikings. The Giants defense is not much worse than the Vikings. The Giants defense are probably top 10, with the Vikings being top 5. So you got that Giants defense being able to stop Jameis Winston, and you got the offense being able to put at least 24 points against a Tampa defense, which is not that impressive. So I have the Giants winning this game. You take those 3 points because the Tampa Bay is favored by 3, and yeah, so Giants +3. And the last game we're going to go over is the Raiders versus the Broncos. You got the Broncos at home. I am taking the Broncos because they are home. The Broncos defense will be normal again. They will win this game because Derek Carr cannot run like Tyrod Taylor does, and they don't have a back like LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy is a better running back than Marshawn Lynch. No one can tell me otherwise right now in their careers. And I think the Denver Broncos offense, Trevor Siemian will calm down. He'll be more like he was the first 2 weeks against a Raiders secondary, which is suspect at best. I think one of the worst secondaries in the league. Case in point last week against Tyrod Taylor. So you got the Broncos. You take you lay the 2.5 points because they are favored 2.5, and you say thank you Vegas because this will be a more normal week than last week. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just some quick shout outs. Matt the NFL Fanatic, check him out on YouTube. Some great videos. Thank you so much for commenting. And this is just prefacing this by thank you guys for commenting and just watching my videos and just supporting me. It's been awesome. Thank you. I love interacting with you guys. And anyone, I will interact with everyone. And sorry to Bridgewater's Finest, I did not get to your comment. I totally forgot about it and I apologize. I did get to it today, but it's been 5 days and I promise you that I will be answering every comment within 2 days, probably within minutes, as most of my commenters can tell you. Des Philinus, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for commenting. MN Beast has some great videos, a little bit crazy in my mind, but I love him, dude. And he does a lot of different stuff than I do with his whiteboard, with his intros, but he has some great information. Even though we disagree about a lot of stuff in our picks, we both support each other, and I comment on his videos and he comments on mine. Thank you so much. Gio knows, one of the grand godfathers of like making these YouTube videos with our Facebook group. Michael SD has some great videos and has commented on all my stuff. Thank you so much. You got Jerry Robbins, you got Mina, I can't pronounce your name, but you know who you are, Mina. 1LKY Dad, thank you so much. Robert Shelton, and Bridgewater's Finest, like I said. Thank you guys for all supporting me. I'm definitely forgetting people, and I apologize. If you'd like to subscribe to my videos, you can click here. If you'd like to see my last video, click here. And thank you so much for supporting me, guys. Like I've said like 17 times already. I appreciate it, and good luck to you all.